Alright, back again to adjust the previous tutorial where we were having trouble with our character going from +10 and -10. So to address this further, what we did was pretty simple. We changed the code a bit. So now instead of our instead of this class adjust camera, we will sack this class as it had little bit of issues, and we will write much more simpler version. And in this version what we will do is pretty simple. We would use vector3 default camera position, and in this position we will try to save the local position of the camera. Default position of the camera will be saved here, and we can delete this. And this as well, like this, and we will save it. And then we will make a new function named AdjustCameraFinal, and when we will call it, instead of previous function, we will call it here. And another thing that we will do is inside friendsNumber we will add plus is equal to this and this. So now we have final friendsNumber value, and once we have the adjusted friendsNumber value, then we will simply store it in, then we will call the AdjustCameraFinal, and in this final method we will start with the default position, and if it is greater than 0, the friend count, it will adjust the camera according to the position required. So if friend count is equal to 0, by default the default camera position that we saved earlier will be saved, and then we will use the local position of the camera game object, and we will save it according to this friends count multiplier, which will be this one, tutorials singleton global.friend.number. So now when we play it, what should happen is when it passes through +10, so as you can see, when it passes through +10, camera goes a bit back, and when it goes to -10, camera should be able to come near again to the game object, which it just did. And now if we move to +10, camera should be moved back again, and this is exactly what we needed. So to give this another play, let's pass through -10. In -10 it shouldn't move, that is the default position will remain. And when the camera is +10, okay, so again the camera is +10, the default position will remain as the camera position is 0. And now when it moves to +10, what will happen is camera will adjust back further like this. So the code works here for now. Another thing that we can do is make use of Transform.LookAt like this. But what this will do is make our camera look at a player. We can use it or we can't, or we shouldn't. Totally depends entirely upon you. To show you how it works, we can simply go to adjust camera, and here we can call Transform.LookAt, and instead of transform we can use this camera go look at target, and instead of target we can give current transform. So current transform is the game object, since this tutorial player movement is our component, so if we press it here, you can see this is the tutorial player movement, and this is the rig layer. So let's instead give this gun game object reference because it's much more clearer. As right now, if you go into the scene and double click here, its pivot point is far than what we needed, while if we press rig layer is pivoted right to where we wanted him to. So simply what we will do is give transform gun dot transform, and either we can call this here or we can call it in update, as whichever suits you more. So right now when we play it will look something like this, and when we press the game play, it because of the code it rotated like this, and either we can if you press here again, vector 3 dot left rotated the camera like this, which we didn't want it, so we will simply give what we will do is instead we will give vector 3 dot 0 or up, so it rotates in a certain way. So let's try with up like this. And right then if we play, then now you see so this is what it looks like with the up coordinate, and when the +10 happened it did like this, and this is something that can be done. So this is what it looks like for now, and for me it works fine. Vector 3 dot up works fine, and we can check what happens if we give vector 3.0. The look at shouldn't work, or should it work? This is the question here. When we give like this, same thing happened, not much rotation happened, so we will copy this. Instead of update, we will do it in start, something like this here. Look at camera. So now when we play, it looks something like this. That is, it is focused on a what did you call, on the gun, and other things we can do is pretty much if we go to scene and place the camera down here, and from here if we play again, came a bit down, but again you can adjust camera according to your needs, and I will reset the camera to the previous position like this.